on everybody! Today I just wanted to geek out at you all about my new iron. That's something teenage me never would have thought I would say. I suppose that I'm truly an adult now because I am so excited about this new iron of mine. But seriously, who wouldn't be? This is some truly space-age sci-fi stuff right here. So this is the Oliso Iron Pro. This is not sponsored, by the way. I just truly wanted to talk about this cool new iron of mine because I think it's awesome. So this is the Oliso Pro Iron, and it was recommended to me by a friend of mine who is a quilter and also has a connective tissue disorder, which makes lifting a regular iron up and down like this pretty difficult. As you can see, I have recently injured my wrist, and this iron has been a godsend. Like, doing this with a regular iron every time you finished ironing repetitively when you are sewing a project, not good for a sore wrist. I also have constant issues with my shoulders and my back, so lifting up a regular iron again and again, like, you can end up doing that tens, hundreds of times if you're sewing like every day like I do sometimes. That was becoming a real problem for me, but as I have demonstrated, this Oliso iron is great because you don't have to turn it up on its end every time you've finished ironing so that you don't burn the fabric. The iron sits on these little feet underneath the hot plate, and it has a touch sensor on the handle, so anytime you touch it, it goes down and you can start ironing, but then as soon as you let go, it pops up again. I'm obsessed. Another reason that I love this is because I'm a little bit forgetful, and I used to regularly leave my old iron plugged in and then wander away from my studio, and it is a small miracle that I didn't burn my house down, honestly. With this iron, as soon as you let go of it, it raises up on its feet, so it stops you from burning whatever is underneath, and it has an auto timer, so this one, if you haven't touched it for 30 minutes, it turns itself off. I wandered away from my craft studio the other day to go out and left this thing on, and it was totally fine when I came back. No burnt house or anything. So when I was using the regular old iron, that isn't a robot, every time I was done ironing, I had to do that, and then I had to switch it off at the wall because it would just get way too hot. But with this one, I just leave it on while I am doing some serious crafting. So I know if I'm like sewing a project and I have to take it over to the machine, do a few stitches, take it back, I can press a seam, I can leave it on. If I then have to go back to the machine to do a few stitches and then come back a few minutes later, it's already warmed up for me. I don't have to wait for minutes for it to heat up again. It has saved me so much time while I'm sewing. Also, can we just talk about the fact that it is pink, pastel pink? And I think one of the best things about it that I didn't realize straight away, it has a little face. Look, here's its little eye on the temperature dial here. And this, I don't even know what that is. The water comes out here. Maybe it's something to do with steam, but that functions as a little mouth. Could this iron be any cuter? Yay, let's iron! I used to find ironing such a chore. I mean, partly because it was a lot of strain on my wrist and back, but also partly just because the ironing is boring. And I would only ever do it when it was absolutely necessary, like I needed to iron a seam to avoid ruining a garment. But seeing this cute little face smiling at me and knowing how easy this thing is to use, and the fact that this is so satisfying, it makes me actually want to use it. And honestly, craft projects, sewing projects just look a lot better if you take the care to actually iron them beforehand and throughout the project. So like ironing and pressing all your seams flat, it really helps make your garments look more professional. Side note, it's got all these different steam functions. To be honest, I'm still just working them out, but like steaming fabrics is really fun, and I'm actually looking forward to figuring out which fabrics should be steam ironed and which should be dry ironed. Oh my god, listen to me. I've become such an adult overnight. Whatever. Now, it is quite pricey. I managed to get mine on sale from Spotlight for 120 Australian dollars. When it's not on sale, it goes for around 170 US on the Oliso website. But seriously, if you are someone who does a lot of sewing, like you run a small business or you just use an iron a lot, especially if you have issues with your wrist or your shoulders or your back, then it is worth every single dollar. Anyway, that is my review of this super cute pastel pink robot iron from the future. And if you enjoyed this video, please give me a thumbs up and let me know if you would like me to review more helpful crafting products like these that actually work, unlike the handheld sewing machine and magic embroidery pen of videos past. See you all next time. Stay crafty, everyone. Thank you to all of my supporters on Patreon and Ko-fi for making this video possible. To support these videos so that I can keep on making them, go to ko-fi.com/Annika Victoria for a one-off donation, or to support me on a continual basis, go to patreon.com/Annika Victoria. Even if you can only give $1 a month, that is extremely helpful to ensure this channel keeps running.